Thanks to Movement for sponsoring this update. We talk a lot about their watches, but Movement is also changing the sunglasses game. Quality sunglasses without the premium price. Get 15% off with free shipping and free returns at mvmt.com/theknow. Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley. Could some Microsoft exclusive characters be making their way to Nintendo's Smash Brothers? Well, if Xbox boss Phil Spencer has his way, we'd definitely see some of the company's exclusive characters grace the upcoming Brawlers lineup. One Twitter user asked Spencer this week if he would still be up for letting Banjo and Kazooie appear in the next Smash, to which Spencer replied, "Yep." So, not like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, maybe." Yep. That's basically a legal contract, right? So far, the two companies have exchanged characters in Minecraft. We've definitely seen that Nintendo's willing to allow other third-party characters like Sonic and Solid Snake to grace their title every now and again. This one admittedly seems unlikely to be a stretch, to be pretty difficult for them to do, but it's enough to get fans wishing and hoping for a cameo, and if they can make it work, that would be great. Microsoft says they've been all about player choice in recent months, and some new screenshots have surfaced that indicate the company could be testing video game rentals via the Xbox Store in some regions to give people more choices. The images appeared on Reset Era this week, showing an option for users to spend 69 Brazilian reais, which comes out to around $21, to rent a game for 3 months. If real, this definitely seems like a good option for multiplayer games, but kind of hard to see how single-player games would benefit from a program like this. The players would be spending a lot less money to play the game. Of course, you could make the same argument for Xbox Game Pass, and they're still doing stuff with that. We'll see if Microsoft further refines this program or if they have anything to announce about it soon. Now, February's NPD numbers have just been released, giving us all kinds of insights into the top-selling hardware and software in the US. In terms of games, we've got two very familiar faces in the top 5 spots, including Monster Hunter World, Call of Duty World War II, NBA 2K18, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and what? Grand Theft Auto 5. Who'd have guessed? Yeah, it's on there every month. As for hardware, the PlayStation 4 grabbed the highest honors as the best-selling system of February. However, the Switch is still going on at a good pace, and according to NPD analyst Matt Piscatella, it's a record-setting one for its first year. Piscatella said, Nintendo Switch remains on a record-setting sales pace. Over the first 12 months in market, Nintendo Switch has achieved the highest installed base for a console platform in history. So, that's a lot. Last week, we got word of a potential remaster for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and now we've got maybe just a couple more hints about what to expect. The Call of Duty gurus over at Charlie Intel have just posted up a new tip they received from an alleged Raven Software employee, the developers of Modern Warfare Remastered, which indicate that the sequel's remaster won't actually include any multiplayer. That would line up with the early retail listing, which priced the game at about $25 as opposed to Modern Warfare Remastered's $40. In addition, the information they received also claims that Raven is not involved in the development of the sequel, so that's interesting. Any bets we're going to be charged for the multiplayer separately later on? Now we've got a little news in the difficulty setting for the upcoming God of War category. The easiest setting is, well, no surprise here, for players who just want to get the story of the game and not have to worry about too much of the fighting and the difficulty. Second difficulty level, the most balanced. Third is meant to be hard mode and should be a pretty good challenge. The fourth and final difficulty setting is called Give Me God of War. And creative director Cory Barlog told Rolling Stone, "We did a ton of stuff to make it a genuine challenge, not a cynical increase. Enemies are all changed up. We changed the attack patterns of things. It's hugely different. It's even got its own save slot, and if it gets too tough, well, that's too bad because it's not going to let you switch to an easier setting." God of War, no matter what difficulty level you prefer, is going to be releasing for PlayStation 4 on April 20th. After wowing audiences with his complex, fun, and retainer-breaking sexy performance in Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan is turning his attention to World War II. Variety reports he's signed on to produce and possibly star in a film called The Liberators, a true story of the 761st Regiment in World War II. This entirely African-American squad not only showed heroism on a daily basis in the fight against Hitler and the Axis powers, but they also paved the way for the desegregation of armed forces. Sounds like a great, very relevant story, and man, Jordan would be a perfect fit for it. He was great in Black Panther. He was very charismatic. Kind of made you root for the bad guys sometimes. It's official. Justice League is DCEU's least successful film, coming in a worldwide gross of $657.9 million. Look, That's still a lot of money. A lot of movies would love to make $657.9 million. But consider that this should have been DC's The Avengers, and it should have been their big thing, but it actually made less than Man of Steel, and things started looking a little bit dire for the studio with that. Now, you can't blame superhero fatigue for those numbers. I mean, look, Black Panther will likely double Justice League's gross before all is said and done, so it's not that. While the DCEU has a lot of very passionate, very vocal fans, Wonder Woman was a lot of fun. It is indisputable that this franchise, just from critically, commercially, it hasn't caught on the way Marvel's has, and Warner Brothers still seems to be trying to figure out how to take their roster of superheroes, which, honestly, when I was growing up, DC is the superheroes I know. They're iconic. They need to figure out how to take those heroes and give the masses what they want. That's not slowing Warner Brothers down, though. They do have a ton of DC properties in the works still, from a standalone Joker movie, to Green Lantern Corps, to Flashpoint, Shazam, Wonder Woman 2. No matter what, it is a pretty safe bet that execs are reevaluating their approach to this material. And we're seeing, too, things like just the early glimpses at Shazam are showing they're maybe taking a slightly less dark approach. Don't know if that's the answer, or if it's just the execution of the dark tone that got them, I don't know, off kilter a little bit. We shall see. The embargo is up and reviews are beginning to hit for Pacific Rim Uprising, and they're not great. The sci-fi sequel is currently sitting at 51% on Rotten Tomatoes, with the consensus being that the film isn't as bad as your average Transformers movie, but that's damning with pretty faint praise. A rotten review from Variety's Nick Shager calls the film paint by numbers, and even the fresh reviews are pretty tepid, like Village Voice's Bilge Iberi, who said, "I remember being confused by the plot, but I didn't really care so long as the robots fought." Our own movie nerds, John Reisinger, Eric Vespe, they recorded a video discussion about Pacific Rim Uprising because we caught a screening of it last night, so make sure to look for that on our website. Spoiler alert, they didn't really like it either. I saw it, I enjoyed it for what I went to it for, which was a bunch of giant robots destroying cities. It does that, but if you stop to think about anything that happens around that, it's difficult. Everyone does what they can, but it's missing something. Anyway, check out the discussion on the website. Now, if you watched last week's record-breaking Fortnite stream with Drake and Ninja and thought, man, I'd sure like to watch some porn after this, get it, and you know what? You're not alone. Apparently, during the stream on March 14th, searches for the term Fortnite on Pornhub jumped more than 800%. Most of the interest was from young men, and interestingly, most of the interest was from Europe, especially France, Norway, Denmark, Finland, and Ireland. According to Pornhub, the most popular Fortnite-related searches include hentai, battle royale, animation, and strip. And the most common search during the same user session is Overwatch, followed by Team Fortress 2 and video game, which, you know what, hey, whatever floats your boat, guys. At this point, Fortnite looks like a favorite to overtake Overwatch, which was the top video game porn search term last year, and I tell you what, that's a trophy they will put in reception. Alright, that's all the news for this update. Let us know what you think of all these updates in the comments down below. And hey, look, if you want to go ahead and design like the Pornhub video game trophy, please do so. Please tweet it to us, send it to us, whatever. That would be amazing. To make sure you get news from every corner of the internet every weekday, especially about Pornhub video game stats, like this video. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe to the know. Shout out to Movement for sponsoring this update. We've shown off plenty of their watches plenty of times before, but they do a lot more than that, like sunglasses. Like their watches, Movement uses the internet to cut out the middleman and offer premium quality without the premium level price tag you'd see in high-end stores. I appreciate it because I have in the past invested in really expensive sunnies and then I sat on them or I left them in a restaurant and that sucked. But if I decided to go with cheaper ones, it would like fall apart or get really bent really easily. Enter Movement. Good quality, still affordable. Movement sunglasses are made with a premium acetate, not plastic, and they start around 70 bucks, and they've got styles for whatever your preference. Aviators, mirrored, polarized, round, trendy, classic, and spring is officially here now, which means more sun coming our way, so they've just released some new styles too. I went on vacation a few months ago. I took these sunglasses with me. I stole them from the office and I didn't tell anyone, and I took them with me, and I love them. You can get 15% off with free shipping and free returns, so you can try them with no pressure to keep them. If they don't work, just visit mvmt.com/theknow. Oh yeah.